Sony and Microsoft reported a staggering 82% increase in PS5 sales and a 14% increase in Xbox hardware for holiday 2022. But despite these big numbers, both the companies say that they lose money on every console they sell. What? How is it even possible? How are these companies even still in business when they are losing money on selling their products, right? Well, you see, making profit even after selling at a loss is what these companies have actually been doing for some time with the help of this secret strategy, which actually paves a long-term future path for these organizations. The geniusness here has actually elevated Sony's gaming division to become the biggest segment for the conglomerate, with almost 25% of its revenues and profits coming directly from gaming, with Microsoft catching up at 15%. So then, what is this secret strategy that is minting money for these big conglomerates? How does this strategy work? And what are the merits and demerits associated with such a strategy? Let's analyze, deep dive, and find out in today's episode. Chapter 1. What's in that strategy? Okay, so to start off, let's first try to understand what strategy are these conglomerates banking upon for decades and what are characteristics it holds in general. The secret strategy is known as the loss leader strategy and is a promotional pricing strategy that is used by retailers to lure customers to buy more complementary products. To understand this strategy better, let's understand this with the help of an explainer. Say there is an electronics store known as Gada Electronics that specializes in selling televisions, soundbars, headphones, home theater systems and etc. Now, in order to attract customers and increase sales, Gada Electronics decides to adopt the loss leader strategy, under which it offers to sell a popular television at say 50,000 rupees, which is below its cost of 55,000 rupees. Gada Bhai hopes that the customers will be attracted to the low price and thereby interact with the other high margin items in the store, especially the items which complement the television such as the home theater system or a soundbar. Initially, the loss leader strategy works for Gada Bhai and he sells 100 units of the television model in the first month, generating a revenue of 50 lakhs. However, Gada Electronics incurs a loss of 5 lakhs due to the low selling price. So in order to compensate for the loss, Gada Bhai increases the prices of soundbars and home theaters by 5,000, thereby resulting in a higher profit margin. He also offers exclusive deals and discounts on accessories and extended warranties to further increase sales. As a result of the loss leader strategy, Gada Electronics attracts a significant number of customers now, who not only purchase the loss leader product but also other higher margin products which complement the television, since they had to buy the product anyways. For Gada Bhai, the increased sales and profits more than offset the loss incurred from the loss leader product. Thus, over time, Gada Electronics further expands its product portfolio and uses the loss leader strategy for various products to maintain a competitive edge in the market. People, a more practical and popular example of this loss leader strategy is the world famous razor maker Gillette. Initially, Gillette offered their basic razors at a jaw-droppingly low price and was designed to be irresistible, allowing Gillette to penetrate the market and establish brand recognition. The low cost served as a hook, drawing in customers and encouraging them to try out the Gillette's razors. Once the customers had the razor, they were introduced to the concept of replacement blades, which were of superior quality compared to their competitors, making them slightly more expensive. However, the customers who had already purchased the Gillette razor preferred to stick with the company's blade itself. This way, Gillette was able to recoup the losses it incurred in selling the razors at a low price and eventually increased its profitability. The company leveraged the power of a loss leader strategy, leveraging the stickiness of its customer base to achieve long-term success. Alright, so since Gada Electronics benefited, Gillette benefited, that means the strategy must be really sound and foolproof, right? Well, not so much in reality actually. You see, there are two major potential risks associated with the strategy. Number one, Meticulous financial planning and execution. The company needs to have a proper financial plan in place with backups in case the loss leader product is not able to attract profits from other higher margin products. Number 2, customer loss due to pricing perception. If the price of the loss leader product changes in the future, it may lead to loss of loyal customer base, thereby losing out on business for good. The practical implications of these risks can be clearly visible with the help of the example of the failure of the retail chain Subiksha. Subiksha was a popular retail chain in India that sold groceries, fruits and vegetables at discounted prices. The company used a loss leader strategy to attract customers and offer them discounts on essential goods. However, Subiksha's business model was not sustainable as the company did not properly manage its finances and supply chain. It expanded too quickly and took on too much debt, which ultimately led to its downfall. So if you analyze closely, despite offering low prices through its loss leader strategy, Subiksha failed to properly manage its operations and differentiate itself from competitors, ultimately leading to its bankruptcy in 2009. So then it's safe to say that although the loss leader strategy is a powerful arsenal for any new or old competing business to establish its market position, but it's clearly a double-edged sword. Either you go the distance with this strategy and as a result become one of the market leaders, or you go all out and lose it all. Chapter 2: The Conquest of the Giants. Sony and Microsoft both have been banking upon the loss leader strategy to attract customers to their gaming systems. For example, when Sony launched the PlayStation 3 in 2006, they sold it at a loss. The manufacturing cost of the console was around $840, but Sony priced it at $599, taking a loss of $241 on every unit sold. However, they hoped that the customers would purchase games and accessories at full price, thus making up for the loss. This strategy paid off in the long run, as the PlayStation 3 went on to become a huge success, selling over 87 million units worldwide. But then how exactly did this strategy pay off for Sony by selling these 87 million units worldwide? How did the company recoup the losses from these 87 million units sold? Well, the profit margin on game sales on average is around 30%. So if each customer buys 10 games on average, then Sony would earn $180 in profit per customer. If all 87 million customers buy 10 games on average, then Sony would earn a total of $15.6 billion in profit from game sales alone. Not only this, Sony offers a subscription service called PlayStation Plus, which costs $10 per month. So if 46 million customers subscribe to PlayStation Plus for an average of 3 years, then Sony would earn $16.56 billion in revenue from the subscription service alone. Taking all of this into consideration, even though Sony was taking a loss on the sale of each PlayStation 3 unit, and the total losses came to be $20 billion over 87 million units sold, the company, however, was able to make up for it through game sales and subscription services. In fact, if we add up the $15.6 billion in profit from game sales and the $16.56 billion in revenue from the subscription service, Sony's total profit from the PlayStation 3 business could be around $12 billion. And people, these are still conservative figures, and the revenues are bound to be far more over the course of the console lifetime. Similarly, Microsoft has used the loss leader strategy with their Xbox consoles. When they launched the Xbox One in 2013, they sold it at a loss as well. The manufacturing cost of the console was around $471, but Microsoft priced it at $499. And adding in the logistics and marketing costs, the company sold every unit on a loss. Similar to Sony's thinking, they hoped that customers would buy other products at full price, such as games and accessories, to make up for the loss. This strategy worked to some extent, as the Xbox One sold well in the early days of its release, and then with the advent of highly popular and profitable Game Pass subscription service, Microsoft has been able to take Game Pass revenues to be 15% of their overall portfolio in a span of just 3-4 years. Overall, the loss leader strategy has been a successful approach for both Sony and Microsoft in the gaming industry. While taking a loss on the sale of a product may seem counterintuitive, the hope is that it will attract customers and boost sales in the long run. Let's see how far the loss leader strategy takes these giants, or will they come out with new business models with changing times? Let's wait and watch. And that was the episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, do hit that like button below and subscribe to the channel for more such enriching content. I'll see you all in the next episode. Mindfulness signing off.